Good morning, homesteaders. I'm Jay.
And I'm Amy.
And you're at our Harvest Moon homestead. Today I'm going to do a little bit of filming, just what's going on around here, what we do, why we do. Plus I'm going to touch on some ways to make money off your homestead and ways to save money on your homestead, which is the same as making money. Right now Amy's going to tell you how we save a little bit of money feeding the chickens and why it's good for them. Amy?
So we ferment our chicken feed, and that means you mix it with water, and if you let it sit for a few days, then it starts fermenting. Fermenting is very healthy, so your chickens are healthier, your eggs are healthier, and you save money because of the expansion of the feed. They don't go through as much as they would normally. So they get half a cup per chicken. So I have a mental note of how many chickens I have per coop, and then I do, we use this scoop to scoop it out, and it's approximately 1 cup when you scoop it, and I know that feeds 2 chickens, so that's how I go about figuring it out. We use a trash can because it's not completely sealed off, because when you're fermenting you need to have some air get to it.
I thought I'd stop by the goats over here for just a second. They're kind of upset at me because they usually get fed first and they haven't been fed yet. So they're not real happy right now. They're patiently waiting to be fed. As you can see, they're still waiting for me to feed them. I give them just a little scoop out here in a container. That way when I go inside to put food in by the stanchion, they leave me alone somewhat. He's not happy, and he sure likes the solar charger. See, he's already waiting for me to go inside. He knows what's next. Don't you, Nick? Some food for inside, and I give them a little bit of hay in the morning for a treat, and then they need grass the rest of the day. This is where we keep our rabbits at. We've got, mostly on this side over here that you're looking at, are females all down through there, and then we've got our 2 or 3 males down here on the side that I'm standing on for our breeding purposes. These are a New Zealand rabbit. They're called tamuks. They were developed by a Dr. Lukafar out of Texas A&M University. When I was speaking of ways to make money on the homestead, 1, these provide us with meat rabbits, and 2, we sell these off for $40 a piece. They're excellent breeding rabbit. They get 10 to 12 rabbits per litter. They withstand heat and cold extremely well. They get up to butcher weight faster than about any other rabbit does. They get up to 5 pounds, I believe it is, in 8 or 12 weeks for that. So they're a good breeding rabbit. They produce good. They withstand our Indiana cold weather just fine out here. They withstand the heat and humidity during the summertime. We've never had a rabbit ill. We feed them an 18% protein rabbit food. We don't give them anything else, no hay, nothing, and they do well. We've never had a sick rabbit. We need to do a little cleaning out here, but every homestead's like that. And they provide us with good fertilizer in their rabbit poop. This is normally where we have hogs. We don't have any in here right now. We just put 2 in the freezer. Another good way of providing yourself with excellent quality food and making some money off of it too. We had 11 the last time, kept 2 for ourselves, sold the rest off. We feed them organic, non-GMO feed. By the time it was all done and said, we had maybe $1.20 a pound, and that's processing and everything, $1.20, $1.40 a pound in our meat. And we've got 2 freezers packed with pork right now at a very minimal cost, and it's healthy food for us. This fencing here is an example of reusing and repurposing everything. Somebody was going to throw this all away, and we've got more panels of it around. so they could put up a new fence. Well, we take everybody's scraps and throwaways. This will soon, once I get the time to this will end up being another compost bin. We'll use them for that. So without any cost other than picking them up and bringing them out here, we've got more fencing for more compost bins. So always reuse, use it up, find ways to recycle, repurpose. It's a way of saving money, and that's what this is all about, saving money. All of our chicken coops, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different coops. We don't have any money in them. It's all materials that people are going to throw away. There's one that's off a metal old small dog pen that we just put metal roof on it and tarp around it to keep the wind and rain off of them. Scrap woods that we have found everywhere, built stuff out of. So once again, an example of reusing stuff, recycling stuff, and no money invested in things. One more example of reusing things and being creative. This is one of those frames to those porch swings. The swing was shot. People were going to throw the frame away. We have it here. Amy put some chicken wire on it, and she has her cucumbers climbing up on it now. Again, no cost to us. These stones on the raised beds, somebody was tearing down an old house, and they were going to push all these stones on all these raised beds through here into what was the basement and just bury them over. So we stopped, asked permission, and started packing all these stones into the truck and brought them out here for free, so they'll last us forever and create good raised beds. This is all bamboo growing back in here. Somebody was going to bulldoze and tear over a whole big bamboo patch. I dug up 2 of the bamboo plants, brought them out here, planted them, and bamboo spreads. We have a very large area of bamboo now. They get in the way and they expand too much. I cut them off, let them dry out, cut the edges off of them, and they make great hard stakes for different plants and stuff in your gardens. Free. A mistake made. This year I ordered our bush beans from a new company. The beans came, we planted them, and they did not look like beans. They almost looked like a mix between a pea and a bean. So yesterday we pulled them all up, sprouted some seeds and replanted the beans. We still got enough growing season that'll work, but I used seeds I was familiar with instead of trying to save money. So sometimes saving money doesn't work out for the best. This is the area I was talking about in the last video that we have cleared out and expanded further. It's a shade area. We call that our golden arches. It's an old hay ring that was being thrown away, but we're using it as an entrance to this area. Whoever can come up with the best idea for us to use this and how to utilize it the best, we'll go ahead and name it after you. We'll hang a little sign here and call it your memorial garden. So send us those suggestions. This is another area of woods that we've cleared out, pushed it back further, and we've planted 2 pear and 2 more apple trees back in here this year. It'll be a few years before they start producing, but they're in the ground and they're working. And potatoes are out of these beds here. We've got to go ahead and replant those. It's about time for these carrots to come out, and the onions in the middle of the weeds back there, they're all ready to come out. We're at a point now where we're having to pull out buckets of tomatoes every day. We're freezing them right now so we can go ahead and process them all at once. And we'll use those to make tomato juice, tomato sauce, tomato paste, spaghetti sauce, salsa, and then sell off what we don't use. Over there was garlic. We've taken all the garlic out and it's drying and curing right now, and I've replanted green beans over in there. Amy, hop! There's Amy. Amy's out getting tomatoes right now. These are the fruit trees we planted when we first got here 4 years ago. This year they are starting to produce fruit. We have 2 peach and 2 apple here, and there's a pecan just beyond that. And like I said, this year they're starting to produce our fruit. So it takes a while. That's why it's important when you get your homestead. If you want fruit trees, get them in as quick as you can. And we should get kiwi off of Amy's kiwi bush next year. This is the first time we've tried this, and it's vined up, so we're hoping to get kiwi next year off of this. I know this kind of looks like a disaster back in here, but that's all wood that people were going to throw away and get rid of. Heck, we'll even drive by a dumpster and see pieces of wood sticking out of it. We'll stop and pick them up. It's all free wood, wood we didn't have to buy, and wood we're going to use. So, again, I keep preaching it. Reuse it, use it up, recycle it, repurpose it. Save money, save money. This is our cooker that we use for making our maple syrup. It's a half of an old oil barrel drum lined with fire brick for the cooking part. And then there's a stainless steel section on top that we put the sap in and cook it down. We got this, picked this up at a very good deal from some Amish friends of ours. And this goes back to finding other homesteaders and other people that you can work with well. We go ahead and buy milk from them, raw milk. I think it's for $3 a gallon, which you can't even get it in stores anymore for that. Nothing's been done to it. It's organic, pasture-fed, no chemicals. We skim the cream off and make a pound of butter out of it. So for $3, we're getting a pound of butter and milk out of the deal with no chemicals in it. When we sold this last batch of hogs, we traded a hog to them for a big pile of fresh cut cedar. So we got some very good quality wood, no expense to us. As I've said in other videos, we've got 13 acres, but we've only got a little over 2 acres that are open right now. So we do everything we can to squeeze as much as we can into this 2 acres to make it as productive as possible, as useful as possible, to provide us and other people with some very good, healthy stuff. So look for as many ways as you can to make a little bit of money off your homestead. You've got extra vegetables, or if you make certain products, or extra herbs or spices. We make wooden products, cutting boards, knives, ink pens, magic wands for the little kids. Take them to farmers markets and sell those. There's a lot of different ways that you can make a few extra dollars, and those extra dollars add up. And if you continually find ways to get free stuff and do without stuff, it makes it all a lot easier to homestead. So unless you're going to see Rock City, that's a Midwest thing, this is Jay. I'll be signing off from our Harvest Moon Homestead. Make sure you share our page, like it, leave comments, catch us on Instagram and Facebook. We have our web page up and running now, ourharvestmoonhomestead.com. Drop us a line, email us at the same thing at gmail.com. And we look forward to seeing you again soon. Have a good day.